Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about two of the most powerful forces that can shape your life: discipline and consistency. Every success story you've ever heard, every achievement that has changed the world, has been built on these two principles. Without discipline, your goals remain dreams. Without consistency, your efforts remain scattered. If you truly want to achieve greatness, you must embrace both with unwavering commitment. Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk to you about something that is the cornerstone of every achievement, every dream realized, and every goal conquered: discipline. Discipline is the foundation of success. It is the invisible force that separates those who achieve greatness from those who only wish for it. Many people believe that talent or luck alone can bring success. But I am here to tell you that without discipline, talent is wasted and luck is meaningless. Discipline is not something you are born with. It is something you develop, something you choose every single day, and it is the engine that drives progress and growth in every aspect of life. Discipline begins with the ability to control yourself, your actions, and your impulses. It means doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. Think about the person who wants to get fit. Motivation might inspire them to work out one day, but it is discipline that will make them wake up every morning, push through fatigue, and complete the exercises they need to do to achieve results. Discipline is the commitment to action, even when emotions try to convince you to stop. It is the ability to stay on track, no matter how challenging the path may become. Without this commitment, dreams remain just that: dreams floating in the air with no way to turn them into reality. Discipline is also about prioritization. In life, we face countless distractions every single day, from social media notifications to the endless noise of our surroundings. Without discipline, it is easy to get lost in these distractions, wasting precious time and energy on things that do not move us closer to our goals. A disciplined person understands what is important and refuses to let anything derail their focus. They create routines, set boundaries, and guard their time fiercely because they know that every small action matters. They understand that success is not built in moments of comfort, but in moments of challenge, when they choose to stay committed rather than giving in to temptation. One of the most powerful aspects of discipline is that it develops your mental strength. Life is unpredictable, and challenges are inevitable. There will be days when you feel exhausted, when your goals seem distant, and when giving up feels like the easiest option. Discipline is what carries you through these moments. It trains your mind to endure discomfort, to push beyond temporary pain for long-term gain. Every time you choose discipline over ease, you strengthen your willpower. Every time you stick to your commitments, you reinforce your belief in yourself. Discipline is not just about action, it is about character. It shapes you into a person who can face adversity without collapsing, who can navigate obstacles without losing direction, and who can remain steadfast even when the world around them seems chaotic. Let's take a look at some of the most successful people in history. Whether it is athletes, business leaders, artists, or inventors, one thing they all have in common is discipline. Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, was not only talented, but incredibly disciplined. He practiced relentlessly, day after day, even when no one was watching. He pushed himself to perfect his skills, to endure pain, and to remain focused on his goal of becoming the best. Without discipline, his talent would have been wasted, and the world would not remember his name today. The same can be said about leaders like Elon Musk or Marie Curie, whose relentless dedication to their work changed industries and advanced human knowledge. Talent may give you a starting point, but discipline is what carries you across the finish line. Discipline also fosters self-respect and confidence. When you are disciplined, you honor your commitments to yourself. You prove to yourself every day that you can rely on your own word and that your actions align with your intentions. This builds confidence, not arrogance, but a deep inner certainty that you are capable of achieving what you set your mind to. Without discipline, it is easy to feel lost, overwhelmed, or powerless because you are constantly at the mercy of your impulses and emotions. But discipline gives you control. It allows you to steer your life intentionally, to choose your actions wisely, and to create the results you desire. Moreover, discipline is contagious. When you commit to being disciplined, you inspire those around you. Friends, family, colleagues, and even strangers notice your consistency and dedication. Your actions become a beacon of possibility, showing others that success is not about luck, connections, or shortcuts. It is about hard work, determination, and self-mastery. People who embrace discipline become leaders, mentors, and role models, not because they demand respect, but because they earn it through their steadfast commitment to their principles and goals. Now, I want you to take a moment and reflect on your own life. Think about the goals you have, the dreams that keep you awake at night, the aspirations that excite your heart. Ask yourself honestly, are you disciplined enough to pursue them every single day? Are you willing to take action even when it is hard, even when it is inconvenient, even when no one is watching? The truth is, the difference between where you are today and where you want to be tomorrow lies in your ability to act with discipline consistently. Talent, luck, and opportunity are important, but without discipline, they cannot carry you forward. Ladies and gentlemen, discipline is not a punishment, it is a gift you give yourself. It is the key that unlocks potential, the bridge that transforms dreams into reality, and the engine that drives achievement. It starts with small, daily actions, waking up on time, sticking to your commitments, focusing on your priorities, and refusing to give in to distractions. Over time, these small actions compound into extraordinary results. You may not see immediate changes, but every step you take with discipline brings you closer to the life you desire, the goals you aspire to, and the person you want to become. Remember this: discipline is not something to aspire to someday. It is something to practice today, now, and every day after. It is the foundation upon which success is built, and without it, even the greatest dreams will remain just dreams. Commit to your discipline, embrace the challenges, and take control of your life with purpose and intention. The moment you choose discipline over convenience, action over procrastination, and commitment over excuse, you set yourself on a path toward achievement, growth, and fulfillment. While discipline is the foundation that sets you on the right path, consistency is what ensures you reach your destination. It is the daily, repeated actions that seem small and insignificant at the moment, but over time, they build momentum, create progress, and ultimately lead to the realization of your goals. Consistency is what separates those who start from those who finish, those who dream from those who achieve, and those who wish from those who live their dreams. Many people underestimate the power of consistency. They believe that success comes from massive, once-in-a-lifetime efforts, from bursts of energy, or from occasional genius. But the truth is, success is rarely the result of a single grand action. It is the outcome of thousands of small steps taken with purpose and repeated without fail. Consistency is like the drip of water on a stone. One drop alone does nothing. 10 drops might seem insignificant, but over time, repeated day after day, the stone wears away and a path is formed. This is the power of consistent action. It creates results that multiply, results that compound in ways you could never achieve through sporadic effort or luck alone. Consider the habits of highly successful people. They all understand the importance of showing up every day, regardless of how they feel. Athletes train daily, even when they are tired or unmotivated. Writers write every day, even when inspiration is absent. Entrepreneurs work persistently, facing rejection and setbacks, yet they continue to take consistent action toward their vision. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail is not always talent or opportunity, it is consistency. The consistent person may progress slowly at first, but eventually, their cumulative effort surpasses the erratic bursts of those who try and quit repeatedly. Consistency also builds trust and credibility, both with yourself and with others. When you consistently follow through on your commitments, you prove to yourself that you are reliable and capable. You develop a sense of self-assurance that is unshakable because it is backed by repeated evidence of your own actions. Others notice this too. In business, relationships, and leadership, people respect and value those who are consistent. Consistency signals reliability, integrity, and dedication. It shows that you are not swayed by temporary emotions or fleeting trends, but that you are steadfast, determined, and focused on long-term results. The power of consistency lies not only in the actions themselves, but in the mindset it cultivates. When you commit to being consistent, You train your mind to embrace persistence, patience, and resilience. You learn that progress does not always come quickly, but that steady effort yields greater rewards than frantic bursts followed by exhaustion or burnout. You also develop the ability to overcome setbacks because you understand that consistency means continuing, no matter the obstacles. Every challenge, every failure, every difficulty becomes a test of your commitment to remain consistent, and by passing that test, you grow stronger, wiser, and more capable. Consistency is especially important in personal growth and habit formation. Whether you want to improve your health, expand your knowledge, or develop a skill, the key is not intensity, but regularity. A single workout, a single hour of study, or a single attempt at a new skill will have limited impact. But when you commit to consistent daily practice, even in small increments, results begin to appear. You start noticing progress, your confidence grows, and the habit becomes ingrained in your life. Over time, what seemed impossible at first becomes natural, effortless, and part of who you are. This is the power of consistency. It turns effort into habit, habit into progress, and progress into success. Think about the long-term effects of consistent effort. Small, repeated actions accumulate into extraordinary outcomes. Saving a small amount of money every week leads to financial security over time. Reading a few pages every day expands your knowledge far beyond what sporadic study can achieve. Practicing your craft consistently builds mastery, credibility, and eventually recognition. Consistency transforms ordinary people into experts, ordinary efforts into extraordinary accomplishments, and ordinary dreams into reality. Consistency also strengthens your resilience against failure. Life is unpredictable, and setbacks are inevitable. Without consistency, one failure can derail your progress entirely, but when you commit to consistent effort, failure becomes a temporary obstacle rather than a permanent defeat. You keep moving forward, adjusting your approach, learning from mistakes, and continuing to take action. Over time, your consistent effort outweighs setbacks, and progress accumulates until you reach your goal. The consistent person understands that success is not defined by avoiding failure, but by refusing to quit in the face of it. Moreover, consistency creates momentum. Momentum is the force that keeps you moving forward even when motivation wanes. It is the compounding effect of repeated action, the invisible energy that builds as you persist. Once momentum is established, progress becomes easier, obstacles seem smaller, and your goals feel more attainable. Momentum is the reward of consistency, and once you experience it, you realize that even small daily actions have the power to create extraordinary outcomes. Ladies and gentlemen, consistency is the key that unlocks potential, the secret ingredient in every success story, and the bridge between where you are today and where you want to be tomorrow. It is not glamorous, it is not exciting, and it is often overlooked, but it is the steady, deliberate, repeated actions that lead to breakthroughs, growth, and achievement. If you commit to being consistent, no matter how small your steps may seem, you will see progress, build confidence, and achieve results that others only dream about. Remember, talent, opportunity, and even discipline can only take you so far. Without consistency, your efforts remain scattered, your progress stalls, and your potential goes unfulfilled. Embrace consistency. Take deliberate action every single day, and trust that over time, your efforts will compound into extraordinary results. Consistency is not just about showing up. It is about showing up with purpose, focus, and determination. It is about taking small steps every day that, when added together, create a path to success, fulfillment, and the life you have always dreamed of. While all of these are important, the deeper, more profound effect of discipline is the way it shapes who you are at your core. It molds your character, strengthens your integrity, and equips you with the inner strength necessary to navigate life's challenges. The world does not reward talent alone, nor does it reward wishful thinking or fleeting motivation. The world rewards character, and character is forged through discipline. When you live a disciplined life, you learn self-control. You learn to say no to what is easy, convenient, or momentarily pleasurable in order to pursue what is meaningful, challenging, and lasting. Self-control is not a restriction, it is liberation. It allows you to choose your actions, instead of being a slave to impulses or distraction. Every time you resist a temptation in favor of a higher purpose, you strengthen your character. You prove to yourself that you are capable of prioritizing what matters most, that you can stay committed to your values and goals, and that you have the mental strength to persevere even when circumstances are difficult. Discipline, in this sense, is a form of self-respect because it shows that you value your potential enough to protect it through deliberate action. Character is also built through the consistent practice of responsibility. When you are disciplined, you take ownership of your life. You do not blame others for failures, you do not make excuses for inaction, and you do not shy away from accountability. Instead, you face your mistakes, learn from them, and take deliberate steps to improve. Discipline teaches you to be honest with yourself and with others. It reminds you that the actions you take today define the person you will become tomorrow. Every commitment you honor, every promise you keep, and every challenge you confront with courage strengthens your character and builds a foundation of trust and integrity that cannot be taken away. Discipline also develops patience and perseverance, which are essential components of character. Life is full of obstacles, delays, and setbacks. Without discipline, it is easy to give up when things do not go according to plan, when success seems distant, or when progress appears slow. But a disciplined person understands growth takes time, and that enduring hardship with patience builds resilience. Every time you persevere, even when it is uncomfortable, even when it seems easier to quit, you reinforce your inner strength. You learn that challenges are not barriers, but opportunities to develop perseverance and mental fortitude. Discipline is the training ground for character because it teaches you to stay steady, focused, and resilient no matter what life throws your way. Another important aspect of character that discipline builds is humility. Discipline keeps you grounded by reminding you that success is not achieved overnight and that the path to greatness is paved with effort, learning, and mistakes. When you are disciplined, you recognize the value of hard work and the importance of growth, rather than relying on natural talent or seeking shortcuts. This humility allows you to approach life with a sense of purpose and gratitude. It teaches you to respect the process, respect the effort of others, and respect the fact that your achievements are the result of persistent effort, not luck alone. Character in this way is a reflection of the discipline you practice daily. Discipline also strengthens your courage. Character is not just about doing what is easy or convenient, it is about doing what is right, even when it is difficult. A disciplined person develops the courage to make tough decisions, to take responsibility for their life, and to act with integrity even when no one is watching. This courage becomes a part of who you are because it is reinforced by repeated choices that reflect your values. Every time you act in alignment with your principles instead of giving in to fear, distraction, or laziness, you solidify your character and demonstrate to yourself and the world the depth of your commitment to becoming the best version of yourself. Discipline also shapes your mindset and emotional strength, which are key aspects of character. When you consistently practice self-control, responsibility, patience, and perseverance, you develop emotional resilience. You learn to navigate disappointment without despair, to face failure without losing confidence, and to approach challenges with determination rather than frustration. This resilience becomes a hallmark of your character. People who are disciplined develop a mindset that is proactive rather than reactive, solution-oriented rather than complaint-driven, and steady rather than erratic. They handle pressure with grace, make decisions with clarity, and inspire others with their strength of character. Think about the leaders, thinkers, and pioneers who have left a lasting impact on the world. What set them apart was not just talent, opportunity, or even intelligence. It was their character, built and strengthened through discipline. They endured challenges, took responsibility for their actions, persevered in the face of setbacks, and remained committed to their vision. Their character became their greatest asset because it allowed them to lead, inspire, and create change in ways that others could not. Discipline was the forge that shaped their character, and through it, they achieved extraordinary things. Ladies and gentlemen, discipline is not merely a set of actions. It is the shaping force that creates character. It teaches you self-control, responsibility, patience, humility, courage, and emotional strength. Every disciplined choice you make, every commitment you honor, and every challenge you confront is a brick in the foundation of your character. Without discipline, Talent may falter, motivation may fade, and opportunities may slip away. With discipline, you become someone who can endure, achieve, and inspire. The character you build through discipline becomes your guiding light, the source of your strength, and the reason why you can overcome obstacles that others cannot. Your character is your identity. It is the person you become when no one is watching, the reflection of your values, and the proof of your integrity. By embracing discipline, you are choosing to invest in yourself, to mold your character, and to prepare for a life of achievement, respect, and fulfillment. The world may test you, challenge you, and try to sway you from your path, but the disciplined person, with character forged through consistent effort, will rise above and stand firm. This is the power of discipline. It builds character, and character is the key to lasting success, influence, and purpose in life. Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to speak to you about a principle that is as powerful as it is often overlooked: the power of consistency. While many people chase flashy results, quick wins, or sudden breakthroughs, the truth is that the most lasting and meaningful achievements are built on one simple idea: being consistent. Consistency is the glue that binds effort to results, actions to reputation, and words to trust. It is not a temporary effort, a passing enthusiasm, or a one-time performance. It is a daily commitment to show up, to do your part, and to honor your promises, not just to others, but to yourself. When you are consistent, you create reliability, and when you are reliable, you create trust, one of the most valuable qualities a person can possess. Consistency is the bridge between intention and action. Many people have dreams, plans, and ideas, but they fail to execute them regularly. They start projects with energy, only to lose interest or motivation when challenges appear. Consistency is what prevents this cycle of starting and stopping. It is the deliberate choice to take action day after day, regardless of circumstances, distractions, or fatigue. When you are consistent, people notice. They see someone who does not make excuses, who follows through on commitments, and who produces results that are reliable over time. Consistency sends a message: you can be counted on, and your word is your bond. In relationships, whether personal or professional, consistency builds trust. Trust is not given freely, it is earned over time. People trust those who are predictable in their actions, who honor their commitments, and who demonstrate integrity through repeated behavior. When you are consistent, you create a sense of security for others. Colleagues, friends, family members, and clients feel confident in relying on you because they know what to expect. A single act of kindness or a single accomplishment may impress, but it is consistent action that truly earns respect and loyalty. Reliability is the foundation of strong relationships, and consistency is the engine that powers it. Consistency also reflects personal integrity. When you commit to being consistent, you align your actions with your values and intentions. You show up for the things that matter, even when it is inconvenient or challenging. This alignment between what you say and what you do reinforces your credibility, not only in the eyes of others, but in your own mind. You develop a reputation for being dependable, which becomes one of your most valuable assets. People remember those who consistently act with honesty, responsibility, and dedication. They rely on them, respect them, and trust them because they know that consistency is a sign of character and commitment. The power of consistency extends beyond relationships and reputation. It transforms your personal growth and achievements. Consistent effort, no matter how small, compounds over time. Reading a little every day, practicing a skill regularly, or putting in steady work toward a goal creates exponential results. The consistency of your actions becomes a testament to your dedication, showing both yourself and others that you are serious about your objectives. It demonstrates that you are willing to invest the time, energy, and persistence necessary to achieve mastery. The person who consistently works toward improvement, even in the face of setbacks, eventually surpasses those who rely solely on talent or sporadic effort. Consider how consistency creates reliability in the workplace. Leaders, employers, and teams value individuals who are consistent because they reduce uncertainty and inspire confidence. A consistent employee delivers results, communicates effectively, and maintains standards of quality over time. They become someone the team can count on during pressure, challenges, or crises. This reliability makes them invaluable, not just for their skills, but for the trust they cultivate through their consistent behavior. Trust and reliability are not built in a day. They are the cumulative result of showing up, delivering, and persevering over time. Consistency also strengthens your own sense of self-confidence and discipline. When you practice consistent action, you prove to yourself that you are capable of following through on your commitments. This builds a positive feedback loop. The more consistent you are, the more confident you become in your ability to achieve results, and the more motivated you are to continue being consistent. Consistency becomes a source of inner stability and resilience. You learn to trust yourself because you see the proof in your actions. You begin to understand that reliability is not something that happens by chance. It is a skill cultivated through deliberate, persistent effort. Furthermore, consistency fosters long-term success in ways that occasional effort cannot. Flashy efforts, bursts of energy, or short-lived enthusiasm may produce temporary results, but they do not create lasting impact. Real influence, credibility, and achievement are built by showing up repeatedly, by honoring your word, and by demonstrating that you can be counted on no matter the circumstances. Over time, consistent effort builds a foundation of trust that others can lean on. People who are consistent become leaders, mentors, and role models, not because they seek recognition, but because their reliability naturally inspires admiration and respect. Consistency is also a form of self-discipline. It teaches you patience, perseverance, and the value of steady effort. Life often presents challenges that tempt us to quit, shortcuts that seem easier, or distractions that pull us off course. Yet, consistent individuals persist. They honor their commitments, uphold their standards, and continue moving forward despite difficulties. This consistency shapes their character, strengthens their resolve, and ultimately positions them for success that cannot be achieved through inconsistency or sporadic effort. Ladies and gentlemen, remember that consistency is far more than a habit. It is a commitment to integrity, reliability, and trustworthiness. It is the quiet, steady force that underpins all meaningful achievements. By being consistent in your actions, your words, and your values, you create trust with others, earn credibility, and cultivate a sense of reliability that few can match. You also create a compounding effect in your own life, turning small daily efforts into extraordinary results over time. Consistency is the secret behind the success of great leaders, innovators, and achievers throughout history, and it is the principle that can transform your life today.